Welcome to sunny Sarakshapur. Today is May 24th, 2025. Let us go on an adventure. Our adventure begins in a very special place. It is a village called Sarakshapur. Oh, Sarakshapur was so lovely. The sun always seemed to shine extra bright there. Little houses painted like rainbows stood cheerfully. Red, blue, yellow and green houses. Flowers with happy faces bloomed everywhere. Big sunflowers smiled at the sky. Tiny daisies winked from the grass. It was a village full of joy. Laughter was the favorite song in Sarakshapur. You could hear children playing happily. Their giggles echoed through the green fields. Let's go. Meet our amazing friends, Veer, Mira, and Tuk Tuk. In this happy village lived a brave boy. His name was Veer. Veer was strong and very kind. He had big bright eyes full of wonder. Veer loved to help everyone he met. He was not afraid of anything. Well, maybe only super spicy pickles. He always wore a sunny yellow shirt. It was as bright as his smile. Veer believed that kindness was a superpower, the best superpower of all.
Kindness is my superpower.
Veer had a super clever best friend. Her name was Mira. Mira was very smart and observant. One sunny morning, something was amiss. Something strange was happening in Sarakshapur. The villagers gathered in the mango grove. They looked very worried. Their faces were long and serious. Usually the grove was full of laughter, but today it was quiet and concerned. Farmer Gopal, who cared for the trees, sighed.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He pointed to the mango trees. What was wrong? The juiciest mangoes were disappearing. Yes, disappearing. One day a big ripe mango was there. The next day it was gone. Poof, vanished into thin air. Not just one mango, but many. Veer, Mira, and Tuk Tuk went to the mango grove. They looked around very carefully. Mira pulled out her little notebook.
We need to search for clues.
Veer scanned the tall trees. Tuk Tuk sniffed the ground with his little nose. They looked under leaves and behind bushes. Where could the mangoes be going? Was there a secret mango monster? Oh, that sounded a bit scary. But Veer was brave. Suddenly, Tuk Tuk chattered loudly. He pointed his tiny finger up a tree.
Ee.
Veer and Mira looked up. What did Tuk Tuk see? High up on a branch they saw it, a flash of fluffy brown tail. It was very small, smaller than Tuk Tuk. Just then some villagers arrived. They saw the squirrel with the mango remains.
There's the thief.
Shouted one man. He sounded very angry.
We must catch it and scold it.
Another villager agreed, nodding sternly.
It needs to learn a lesson.
The little squirrel looked even more scared. It chattered nervously and tried to hide. It looked like it might cry. The villagers started to move closer. They wanted to protect their mangoes. But Veer stepped forward bravely.
Wait!
He called out in a clear voice. Everyone stopped and looked at him. Veer stood tall, his yellow shirt bright.
Please don't be angry with the squirrel. Look closely. It's so small and hungry.
He pointed to the tiny creature. The villagers listened to Veer. They thought about his words. Helping seemed much nicer than scolding. Farmer Gopal smiled.
Young Veer, you have a kind heart and a wise head too.
The other villagers started to nod.
Yes, let's help the little one.
They agreed. The anger on their faces melted away. It was replaced by smiles and warmth. Sarakshapur was a kind village after all. They just needed a little reminder. So, Veer, Mira, and Tuk Tuk got to work. The villagers joined in too. It became a community project.
Let's build a little house for the squirrel.
What a wonderful idea. Squeaky loved its new home. It was warm and safe. And there was always fresh food nearby. The villagers made sure of it. Squeaky was no longer hungry or scared. It became a happy little resident of Sarakshapur. Veer, Mira, and Tuk Tuk visited Squeaky every day. They brought it tasty treats. Squeaky would chatter happily when it saw them. It would even take nuts from Veer's gentle hand. It was a true friend now. A funny thing started to happen. Squeaky, the former mango thief, became a protector. Yes, a protector of the mango grove. If any mischievous birds tried to peck the best mangoes, or if a sneaky snake slithered too close, Squeaky would chatter loudly. So our adventure in Sarakshapur comes to an end. What a wonderful day it was. We met Veer, Mira, and Tuk Tuk. We solved the mystery of the missing mangoes. And we made a new friend, Squeaky the squirrel. Squeaky found a home and happiness, all because someone chose kindness, someone chose to understand and help, that someone was brave Veer, and all the kind villagers who listened. Think about Squeaky, all alone and hungry. What if no one had helped? What if everyone had stayed angry? Things would have been very different. But a little bit of kindness changed everything. It turned a thief into a friend. It turned a problem into a happy solution. It made the whole village of Surakshapur even better.